más. Hola chicos, les habla RightSpeed y hoy por fin llegó el anhelado momento para disfrutar de la nueva serie en el canal que tanto les prometí, Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, con el fin de ver cuál es mi primera experiencia disfrutando de este increíble videojuego que tiene el hype por las nubes. Tengo entendido que este remake tiene una fidelidad al juego original bastante impresionante. Básicamente es una copia 1-1. Bien, y como hicimos anteriormente, con la serie de Silent Hill 2 Remake, vamos a traer, en este caso con Metal Gear Solid Delta, un capítulo semanal, exactamente los días jueves. Así que para apoyar el contenido, recuerda dejarme tu like y hacer cualquier comentario para que el algoritmo pueda compartir este gameplay con mayor cantidad de personas. Bien, entonces, vamos a responder este cuestionario que al parecer dice: estoy jugando a la serie Metal Gear Solid por primera vez. No es nuestro caso. Luego nos dice: me gusta Metal Gear Solid 1. Sí, efectivamente. También nos pregunta o afirma: me gusta Metal Gear Solid 2. Sí, también me gusta. Y me gusta Metal Gear Solid 3. También me encanta demasiado este videojuego, por algo estamos jugando esta serie. No sé cómo expresar que me gustan todos: el 1, el 2, el 3. El 4 no lo he jugado, solamente un pequeño fragmento, pero la verdad he estado esperando por años que salga a otra plataforma porque no me acomoda jugarlo en PlayStation. Peace Walker tampoco lo jugué, son los únicos dos que no he jugado. Pero uno de mis favoritos sí es Metal Gear Solid 5. Así que voy a poner... Ah, bueno, no había leído la última opción. Obviamente me gustan todos. Quiero jugar con los controles de los juegos de acción modernos. Cámara de movimiento libre en tercera persona, muévete y dispara al mismo tiempo con la vista por encima del hombro. Sería muy rico disfrutar de esta experiencia, ya que es la idea de un remake, o sea, darle ese toque de frescura al juego. Y espero que no entorpezca, digamos, la dinámica del juego original. Yo creo que no. Me voy por el estilo nuevo, pero déjame leer lo que dice abajo. Quiero jugar con los controles del juego original, claro. Respeta fielmente, como estoy diciendo, cámara con vista por encima de la cabeza, se apunta en primera persona. Ya, vamos por esta. Luego, dificultad, muy fácil. La barra de vida inicial, no, ni siquiera nos vamos a detener leyendo. Voy a leer entre estas dos, la difícil y la extrema, que es básicamente lo que es costumbre en el canal, siempre disfrutar el videojuego en la dificultad compleja. Vamos a leer. Difícil. Para los buenos jugadores, los soldados enemigos infligen más daño y tienen habilidades de detección más eficaces. El título de Fox se puede conseguir con el rango más alto. Los siguientes objetos de detección estarán disponibles. Sensor antipersonal. Perfecto. La diferencia con esta sería que la barra de vida inicial de Snake es 2/3 menor de lo habitual. Ok. Los soldados enemigos infligen mucho más daño y tienen habilidades de detección mucho más eficaces. El título de Foxhound se puede conseguir con el rango más alto. Los siguientes objetos de detección estarán disponibles: detector de movimiento, sonar activo, sensor antipersonal. Mira, la verdad yo soy gran fan de Metal Gear. Sería un insulto jugar en menos de esta dificultad. Vamos por la dificultad extrema. No es porque sea bueno, ya lo insisto, ni nada de eso, pero sí me tengo fe porque me encanta la saga. Vamos a ver qué dice acá. Se muestran todos los consejos del juego. Ya, ver importantes. Se muestran solo los consejos importantes. El juego se pausará mientras aparezcan en pantalla. Vale. Ver consejos emergentes. Yo creo que vamos a poner, como recién vamos a iniciar el juego, solamente ver los importantes. Y aquí nos pregunta, ¿seguro que quieres empezar la partida con estos ajustes? Me confirma entonces. Correcto. Vamos a empezar. Chicos, voy a tratar de no hablar mucho en las cinemáticas para poder disfrutarla al igual que ustedes. Así que ya les continúo comentando.
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Y aquí comienza nuestra increíble aventura con Naked Snake. Muy importante diferenciar de Solid Snake, que todavía eso corresponde a más adelante. Recuerden que Metal Gear Solid 3 es el inicio, o Delta en este caso, que es su remake, es el inicio de la historia de Snake. Por eso decidieron empezar por este título en particular. Bueno, pongamos atención.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Esto me recuerda a las cinemáticas del trailer. No han cambiado nada. Eran imágenes del inicio.
Put out that cigar.
Y ahí tenemos a Jack.
Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector.
Ustedes se estarán preguntando quién es Jack. Efectivamente, nuestro protagonista, Naked Snake.
Does this pantywaist know what he's doing?
Piltrafa, señores, se atrevió a llamarlo Piltrafa. Uno de los soldados más preparados de la historia de los videojuegos.
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Qué fiel la cinemática al original. Aún recuerdo estas escenas.
Sunrise.
Es que básicamente el juego lo único que necesitaba era un aire fresco y ese toque a jugabilidad moderna.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
Aunque ojo, no había envejecido mal el original.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate the armor bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
Y aquí
10
vamos.
seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings.
And fly. God be with you.
Así es, ve con Dios. Y ahí vamos. Wow. Miren la fluidez de esas imágenes, señores. Se me retuerce el pecho de la emoción. Hideo Kojima Game.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well,
Bueno, aquí pongamos atención porque nos da un poco de contexto, ¿vale?
a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB-754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov, isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story, so why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handing him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me."
Aquí es donde empieza el gran problema, porque básicamente tenemos que recuperar a Sokolov.
We received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selinoyarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Bueno, eso para un poco de contexto. Entonces ya podemos intuir que debemos ir por Sokolov y poder rescatarlo. ¡Wow! ¡Qué caída, señores! También importante recalcar que estos sucesos ocurren dentro de la Segunda Guerra Mundial. No podemos decir que son hechos completamente verídicos, pero creamos que sí. Esta es la verdadera historia mundial.
Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the west.
Efectivamente. Qué caída más hermosa, señores.
If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking.
Wow.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proof.
Mientras les explican los detalles a
Do you
Snake,
think Sokolov is up
voy
to
a hacer
it?
un comentario.
Shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
Correcto.
So you're planning on going over the border in a
Para
single
los nuevos
combat
jugadores
helmet?
que no habían jugado anteriormente la saga, esta es una increíble oportunidad para que se adentren
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion
en
of
esta increíble
tanks.
historia. Así que por favor quédense con nosotros para que vayan comentando si les va gustando el videojuego. Es muy importante que entren dentro del contexto para que cada escena tenga su peso. Y lo otro es que tengo las dudas de que a pesar de que el capítulo va a durar hora y media o 2 horas como mucho, no sé si vamos a ver más cinemáticas o voy a jugar más yo. Ya saben el estilo de Hideo Kojima Game. Se está representado en una fidelización de escala 1.1, o sea, si es una copia fiel al videojuego original, lo más probable es que veamos muchas cinemáticas. Pero lo que más me intriga es la jugabilidad. Ojalá se parezca lo mayor posible a Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain. Pero eso lo vamos a ver ahora. Y aquí viene la presentación a lo grande. Qué increíble. Demasiado fiel todo, hasta el momento. Hasta el momento. David Hayter. Ese es el actor de voz. El original que dobló Metal Gear Solid 1 y 2, si no me equivoco. También el 3, sí, todo cambió creo que en el 5 con Kiefer Sutherland.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
Major
This
Tom.
will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment to procure on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the... I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85.
No sé si las frecuencias vamos a tener que marcarlas manuales o se van
If you
a
need to talk to me, use the
se van a
send
registrar de
function.
forma automática.
Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Comencemos. Wow. Bueno, lo que les comentaba un poco de la voz de Snake. David Hayter es el doblador de voz original y Kiefer Sutherland es el que comenzó a participar en Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain porque Hideo Kojima decidió hacerle un pequeño desaire a David Hayter. Pero bueno, a mí personalmente me gustan las dos, sí, porque Kiefer Sutherland es un excelente actor. La verdad me gusta bastante y también el tono grave de voz que tiene me gusta.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake.
Así
To
es.
equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a list on the screen. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival viewer backpack.
Yep, that's right. Survival is fundamental to this mission. After you've been out in the field for a while, your stamina will start to drop. If your stamina gets too low, it'll affect your performance. You won't be able to shoot accurately, for example, and your wounds won't heal as smoothly. Keep an eye on your stamina so you don't run out. To recover lost stamina, you can hunt for local flora and fauna. You
Qué
can use
excelente.
either your tranquilizer gun or your knife to hunt.
Ya, o sea,
My only weapon is a Mark 22 Hush Puppy
Exactamente.
tranquilizer gun.
That's right. It's been fitted with its own suppressor.
Snake
However,
contra el
the
mundo.
suppressor will deteriorate every time you fire. Once its durability reaches zero, the noise suppression effect will be gone. So don't get too trigger happy with it.
Ok, yo soy más de
Suppressor's
técnicas
durability is
CQC
shown
en
in
todo
the icon.
caso.
Any weapons and equipment beyond what you're carrying now, you'll have to find as you go.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
Solo covert actions are standard Fox operating procedure. You can't leave any traces of your presence. No weapons, equipment, footprints, sweat, or bodily wastes. The same goes for bullets and cartridges, too. Your presence in enemy territory is already a violation of international conventions of warfare. There aren't supposed to be any American soldiers in Russia. It could spark an international incident. You can't let anyone see you. You can't let the enemy know you're there. This is a stealth mission.
Ah, entiendo.
You're a
O sea,
ghost, Snake.
esto no es
Every
Terminator.
second There'll be no
Lo digo en
rescue
broma,
of your
chicos. Yo soy un jugador veterano de la saga y
Then I'll just have to
sé
take care
que
of
es
myself,
una
huh?
misión de infiltración.
I'm
Me
afraid
encanta
so.
Metal Gear.
You've been given a fake death pill for that purpose. SIS guidelines stipulate that soldiers on covert ops like this one be issued a potassium cyanide capsule. Tape it to your body so you can take it when you need to.
How generous of you.
Use it if you're taken prisoner by the enemy. It'll send you into a state of false death for a short time.
Fooling them into thinking that I'm really dead. So, how do I come back to life?
Just take the revival pill.
You mean that thing they put in my tooth before the mission?
That's the one. But be careful. If you remain in a state of false death for too long, nothing will be able to bring you back. Remember that.
I'll keep it in mind. You said this was a solo mission, right?
Right.
I guess that means I can't count on any reinforcements.
Correct. The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army.
Ok.
Relax, there's a support team ready to back you up over the radio.
Who?
I'll introduce them to you. This time, survival is of utmost importance. The first member of the support team will be in charge of monitoring your physical condition, acting as a medic, so to speak, as well as recording your mission data. She's a member of Fox as well, and she's here on the gunship with me.
She?
Hello, Snake. I'm paramedic. Nice to meet you.
Paramedic.
As in a medic who comes in by parachute.
Aren't you going to tell me your real name?
Are you going to tell me yours, Mr. Snake?
My name, huh? It's John Doe.
And they call you Jack for short. You're a regular Captain Nemo.
A name means nothing on the battlefield. After a week, no one has a name. What's your name?
Jane Doe.
Very funny.
I wasn't joking, but I'll tell you my name only if you manage to make it back alive. My frequency is 145.73.
She's also in charge of recording your mission data. Whenever you want to save, send a message over the reserved save frequency, 140.96.
So saving lets me record my mission data.
That's right. It also records the state of your health.
Good to know.
There's one more person I want to introduce you to, Snake.
Huh?
Speaking of snakes, you remember the boss, don't you?
Muy
A
importante
legendary
detalle.
soldier and your mentor. Actually, it was the boss that got the DCI's authorization in the first place. She's going to be serving as Fox's mission advisor.
The boss is?
She also helped me plan this mission. She and I were at SAS together.
Jack, is that you? How many years has it been?
Boss?
That's right. It's me. Talk to me. Let me hear your voice.
It's been 5 years, 72 days, and 18 hours.
You've lost weight.
You can tell just by the sound of my voice.
Of course I can. I know all about you.
Really? Well, I don't know anything about you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Why'd you disappear on me all of a sudden?
I was on a top-secret mission. You didn't need me anymore.
But there were still so many things I wanted you to teach me.
No, I taught you everything you needed to know about fighting techniques. I taught you all I could. The rest you needed to learn on your own.
Techniques, sure. But what about how to think like a soldier?
How to think like a soldier? I can't teach you that. A soldier needs to be strong in spirit, body, and technique. And the only thing you can learn from someone else is technique. In fact, technique doesn't even matter. What's most important is spirit. Spirit and body are like two sides of a single coin. They're the same thing. I can't teach you how to think. You'll just have to figure it out for yourself.
Pequeño
Listen to
detalle.
me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Having personal feelings about your comrades is one of the worst sins you can commit. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield. And politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil.
Is that why you abandoned me?
¿Por qué nos dirá
it had
esto
nothing to do with you. I
de esta
already
manera,
told
no?
you, Jack.
Ya lo
I was on a
sabremos.
top secret mission. A soldier has to follow whatever orders he's given. It's not his place to question why. But you're looking for a reason to fight. You're a natural-born fighter, but you're not quite a soldier. A soldier is a political tool, nothing more. That's doubly true if he's a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in his mission. He has no enemies and no friends. Only the mission. You follow the orders you're given. That's what being a soldier is.
I do whatever I have to get the job done. I don't think about politics.
That's not the same thing. Sooner or later, your conscience is going to bother you. In the end, you have to choose whether you're going to live as a soldier or just another man with a gun. There's a saying in the Orient, loyalty to the end. Do you know what it means?
Being patriotic.
It means devoting yourself to your country.
I follow the president and the top brass. I'm ready to die for them if necessary.
The president and the top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place.
I follow the will of the leader, no matter who's in charge.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times. People's values change over time, and so do the leaders of a country. So there's no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemies we fight are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times.
Interesante analogía.
As long as we have loyalty to the end, there's no point in believing in anything, even in those we love.
And that's the way a soldier's supposed to think?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission, Jack.
All right, but do me a favor.
What is it?
Call me Snake.
Snake. Oh, right. Your codename is Snake. It suits you well.
That's right. The legendary unit that the boss put together during World War II was a snake. The Cobra unit, a group of heroes that brought the war to an end and saved the world. As long as you've got a legendary hero backing you up, you'll be fine. Isn't that right, Snake?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else I'd rather have with me. Oh, and one more thing, boss.
Yes?
It's good to hear your voice again.
Same here. After all, who knows if either of us will make it out alive? Snake, you are always best at urban warfare and infiltrating buildings. But this is the jungle. Survival is going to be key. Those CQC techniques I taught you are sure to come in handy.
CQC? Close quarters combat, huh? I've been in the Green Berets for the past few years. I'm probably pretty rusty.
Not to worry. I'll be here to help you remember. After all, this is your first actual survival mission. I'll be supporting you over the radio.
Where are you, boss? Next to the Major?
The boss is communicating with us by radio from aboard a Permit-class submarine in the Arctic Ocean.
My frequency is 141.80. Call me if you need my advice on battle techniques.
Gotcha.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov. Dr. Sokolov is being held in an abandoned factory located to the north of your current position. Avoid heavy combat and don't let anyone see you. Don't forget that this is a stealth mission.
Stealth mission, ok. Bien, lamento esta grande introducción. Wow, miren, esa escena clave, cuando vi ese tráiler por primera vez, fue algo increíble.
Commencing virtuous mission.
No puedo creer
now.
que en este momento estamos disfrutando de Metal Gear Solid Delta, chicos, y junto a ustedes. Bien, aquí comienza todo entonces. Snake, fíjense, las transiciones se mantienen. Creo que eso fue un poco exagerado de parte de Konami. Mantener las transiciones antiguas entre zonas no era necesario. Bien, entonces vamos a tener mucho cuidado, ya que, como es de costumbre, es una misión de infiltración. Y fíjense, fíjense, qué hermoso que se ve esto, señores. Bien, no sé si es una estupidez ir por esa caja. ¿Los podemos dormir o no? No, no vamos a gastar balas, señores. Si se acerca... Parece que no son muy hostiles. ¡Ja! Retiro lo dicho. Retiro lo dicho. Ok. Estas eran abejas. Wow. Señores. Señores. Qué espectacular. No, ni siquiera estaba pendiente de eso. Estaba pendiente de la ambientación. Creo que vamos a tener que estar más alerta. No sé si tengo que ir de nuevo por la misma cajita. Sí. Pero vamos a hacerlo más... Vamos a hacerlo más expedito. No sé cuál era la barra que indicaba que que te estabas hundiendo. Bueno, en fin. Vamos directo. Vamos directo por donde tenemos que ir para no cometer más tonteras. Ya llevamos aproximadamente media hora de gameplay, donde 25 minutos fueron de introducción y con suerte llevamos ni 5 minutos de juego. Pero era necesario entender, digamos, el contexto. Entonces aquí lo importante es que tenemos que rescatar a Nikolai Sokolov y conocimos a The Boss, nuestra mentora, quien nos enseñó todas las técnicas esenciales en combate, sobre todo las CQC, que son las cuerpo a cuerpo. Bueno, aquí recién nos estamos enfrentando a terreno hostil. Vemos uno de los primeros soldados.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Ya.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law.
Y nos recuerda la
Can't let the
situación.
Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing
Qué
camouflage that
entretenido,
blends in with your surroundings will help you
se
conceal
conserva
yourself more
exactamente
effectively.
todo el juego original.
Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature. Keep that in mind as you go along, okay?
Entonces vamos a visualizar nuestros trajes. Visualizador de supervivencia. Bien, aquí mismo es. Puedes ponerte el camuflaje para mimetizarte. Bueno, lo mismo que nos explican. Al lado derecho aparece un porcentaje, si se fijan, que es básicamente el porcentaje de camuflaje que llevamos puesto. O sea, en este caso tenemos 0% de... Ah, no, 45. Fíjense que aparece más y menos. Entonces, dependiendo de eso, es lo que podemos llevar puesto. Bien. Yo me voy a inclinar entonces por el traje verde, obviamente. Luego nos vamos a la cara y podemos ganar un 5% adicional si nos pintamos de esta manera. Entonces ahí tenemos un 65% de camuflaje. Creo que es el más óptimo hasta el momento. Y lo que nos explicaban un poco del arma. Ya, yo en realidad necesito cuchillos solamente. Están todas equipadas. Y imagino que los atajos... Ya, perfecto. Bien. Aquí nos vamos a agachar. Y me encantaría poder emplear técnicas CQC contra este sujeto solo para calentar. Ya, parece que tiene muy buen sistema de detección. Igual solo quiero probar las técnicas CQC. Ah, alcanza a detectarse. Ah, no alcanza a detectarse. Ya, perfecto. Pensé que iba a ser completamente fallido, pero no. Vamos bastante bien. Para allá no tengo nada. Nada para camuflarme. Bien, empezó la acción, señores. Bien, siempre un poco de paciencia. Ah, no, ya. No es tan corto el periodo de ¿cómo se llama? Ya, y este hombre se va a parar ahora dentro de nada. Se van a parar los dos, de hecho. Tengo que salir de aquí, pero ya. Caution. En cualquier momento se paran estos dos. Y creo que ahí había un patito. No sé si sea inteligente empezar a matar patitos. No sé si sea inteligente empezar a matar patitos.
HQ, please respond. This is HQ.
Pero...
Patrol here.
vamos.
We're being attacked. Enemy position unknown. Going into high alert.
Entonces la idea es que no nos pillen. Porque el tema del caution, sobre todo en la dificultad en que estamos, nos va a presentar problemas. Bien. Hasta el momento me está gustando mucho lo que ven mis ojos. Ya. Creo que por el lado izquierdo es mejor. Este sí lo vamos a tener que silenciar. Vamos por el segundo. Parece que no hay nada más. Vamos con mucho cuidado. Avanzando. Wow. No sé si los tengo que neutralizar. No creo. Wow. Ahora se van a dar cuenta que están dormidos. No sé. Debería haber avanzado o algo hicimos mal acá.
Snake, what happened?
No pasa nada. Bien, esto parece hueveo, pero vamos en serio. Ahora sí vamos en serio. Lo que sí, esto es un tema de paciencia. Vamos a tener que esperar sí o sí a que lleguen a la mitad del puente. Los neutralizamos y luego cruzamos. alcanzó a marcar Caution. No sé si vendrán más. Aquí hay uno. Espero que venga solo porque le vamos a hacer... No, vienen dos. Wow. Vamos por el tercero. Ya. Bien. Bien. Eso fue un poco agresivo, pero al menos no gastamos muchos recursos. Esa vendría siendo la instalación abandonada donde supuestamente está exactamente Sokolov.
This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Bien, de aquí en adelante yo creo que se va a empezar a poner bastante más complicado, así que vamos con cuidado. Bueno, si viene para acá mejor, en realidad. Mi pregunta es si con una bala es suficiente y con el tiempo cae. Ah, ya. Con una bala es suficiente. Ya cayó el de la izquierda. Oh. Y cayó el de la parte superior. Ya. Hora de sacar la... ¿Cuál es el gusto de obligarnos a ponernos violentos? El gusto de obligarnos a ponernos violentos. El gusto de hacernos colocar violentos. De a poco nos vamos acostumbrando. Nos vamos acostumbrando de a poco a la jugabilidad. Es más, vamos a cambiar nuevamente el camuflaje. Vamos a pasar a estado de caution. Ah, no, evasión. Y se nos fueron las balas de... No sé si en evasión puedo entrar a la puerta. Ah, vienen dos más. voy a hacer la prueba. En evasión voy a acercarme a la puerta. Pero parece que no, porque vienen para acá. Siempre cuando quedan 5 segundos se acerca alguien más. Ya, vamos a la puerta. Yo no sé, cuando el enemigo se va parando como que es invulnerable y eso me descoloca un poco, pero bueno. Entonces ahí cayeron los 3. Solo hay que esperar un momento. Agáchate. Oh. Estoy seguro de haberle dado. Ok. Ahí cayó. Bien, efectivamente hay que esperar a que pasara la evasión. En Caution ya se podía cruzar la puerta.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of GRU. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the GRU. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power. The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb. Where did you learn to speak it?
From my mentor.
Is that so? America is truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Interesante.
Major, this is Snake. Sokolov is safe with me. He's doing fine. No injuries.
Good work, Snake. Now hurry up and get Sokolov to the recovery point. We'll rendezvous with you there.
Roger.
What about the sentries?
I had to kill them. There was no other way. But no one will know we were involved.
I see.
What about the boss?
We lost contact with the boss some time ago.
What happened?
It's probably just a weak signal. Just hurry and get Sokolov out of there.
Tranquilos que no los van a pillar, ¿eh? Seguro que no.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss.
Huh?
Huh? We meet at last.
El legendario Ocelot.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz. What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Heh. That's Major Ocelot to you. Don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Un loco piola.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
Huh. Huh. You're not the boss, are you?
GRU operatives!
What is that stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one!
first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Major, do you read me?
I read you. Snake, you all right?
I've run into a few snags. These guys were after Sokolov too. Apparently they were taking orders from a GRU colonel named Volgin.
A GRU colonel?
Part of an internal Soviet power struggle, according to Sokolov. Something between the KGB and GRU. Between Khrushchev's supporters and Volgin's.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I don't like it. Something about the whole thing stinks.
I agree. You'd better hurry.
Sokolov ran off by himself, but I'll catch up to him.
We're counting on you.
Después de semejante espectáculo, vamos a tener que ir por Sokolov. Hasta que vimos finalmente en acción a Revolver Ocelot. Como bien dijo Snake, estaba usando la pistola equivocada.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best GRU has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished.
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we got some of the best backup we could ask for.
Look.
That's what they were making you build?
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBM.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain?
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
Chiquitito.
Is that thing finished?
No. This is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2?
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war?
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
De seguro se escapan, ya hasta aquí llega el juego. Yo creo que ese es uno de los cambios que Konami introdujo. El juego llega hasta aquí. Nos escapamos con Sokolov y ya.
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets.
Hasta que se lo llevaron.
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more. Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together, it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
El coronel Vogen.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogen.
Welcome to my country. And to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
Fuertes declaraciones. Chicos, aprovecho de comentar de que no diré mucho, no diré nada, para que disfrutemos las cinemáticas. Brutal.
He's seen my face. We can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
The new blood has been rejected.
Pobre Jack, señores. Traicionado por su mentora.
Are we done here?
Now, on to Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Hasta que conocimos a Vol'jin.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Bueno, aprovecho de comentar que todos ellos, todos esos personajes, son los Cobra, que están liderados por The Boss, en este caso la mentora de Snake.
Snake, can you hear me?
Apenas.
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergency medical treatment. Can you move? You've got to get those wounds treated. Hang in there. All right, let's get you fixed up. Paramedic?
Okay, Snake. Just relax and it'll all be over before you know it. Stay with me. I've seen people in worse shape before. Think you can handle it?
Major. The boss. She's defected.
We'll talk about that later. First, we've got to get you patched up.
Okay, here we go. First, open the survival viewer with the survival viewer button. If you select cure, you can start the treatment. Healing is divided into two types of treatment: medicine and surgical procedures. Your injuries include a fractured left elbow and rib bone, and lacerations on your upper arms, right elbow, and abdomen. They need to be fixed using surgical treatment. Move the healing cursor with a movement stick to the affected part of your body, and press the enter button. Once you've selected the affected area, use the movement stick to select the medical item, and then press the enter button. With this method, you can use items to help your recovery process. To treat a bone fracture, first secure the affected area with a fastener and then wrap it in bandages. That should do it. For lacerations, you'll need disinfectant to clean the wound, sutures to stitch it up, styptic to slow the flow of blood, and bandages to wrap the wound. If you do everything I mentioned, the wound should heal completely. Understood?
Yeah.
Stay with me. Go into the survival viewer and treat those wounds.
Ok, parece que tenemos que curar las heridas de forma manual, al igual que el original. Vamos entonces. Ya. Bueno, era uno de los codos. Y la otra zona afectada, si no me equivoco. esa... Ahí. Y... Ok. Oh. Hecho mierda. El dolor de la caída, el dolor de la traición, el dolor de los huesos, todo junto. Y la bandana. La famosa bandana, ¿no? No, todavía no.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Shagohod.
Brutal escena.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel, even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Wow, ese hombre definitivamente está demente. Completamente enfermo, señores. Wow, qué increíble cinemática. Excelente. Muy buena animación. Al parecer nos llegó el momento de guardar porque el episodio ya está teniendo una duración más o menos importante. Gente, creo que vamos a llegar hasta acá con el episodio, ya que fue un excelente capítulo y ya está teniendo una duración más o menos considerable. Y qué mejor que con este tema hecho completamente de cero, un remake del tema principal. Y bueno, espero hayan disfrutado este primer episodio de la serie. Si te gusta este contenido, recuerda suscribirte al canal, activar la campanita, déjame un comentario, cualquiera que sea, deja tu like y bueno, estar atento a cada uno de nuestros próximos capítulos. Los días jueves de cada semana van a ser emitidos cada uno de estos capítulos y imagino que van a ser menos de 10 capítulos porque tampoco vamos a estar alargando mucho la serie, quizás hasta menos. Y bueno, los días jueves van a ser emitidos. Actualmente, como hicimos con la serie Silent Hill 2 Remake, para los que son más veteranos del canal, los episodios quedan exclusivos para miembros, ya una vez que completemos la serie. ¿Se entiende? Si demoramos 2 meses en completarla, asumiendo que son un capítulo por semana, al término de la serie va a pasar toda completamente a ser exclusiva de miembros y eventualmente el primer capítulo, que vendría siendo el capítulo piloto, quedaría así liberado para que la gente lo pueda disfrutar, ¿ya? Mientras tanto, todos los capítulos que vayan saliendo van a poder verlos de forma gratuita, así que por lo mismo apoyen al canal, dale like, suscríbete y nos vemos en el siguiente.
Belay that order. We're moving out.
Gente, les habla Ryan. Si llegaron hasta aquí es porque disfrutan mi contenido. Por lo tanto, agradezcanme dándole like a este video, a la campanita y suscribiéndose a este gran canal. Bueno, sin más, nos vemos la próxima. Y recuerden, no sean como Arturus Mengs. Hasta luego.